Young Adult Summit, and welcome to Scooter's Layer of Boxes. I am so sad we won't all be converging on Cambria, California, and beautiful Camp Ocean Pines this year, but I am so excited for all we have in store for you next weekend, February 19th to the 21st, at this year's virtual Young Adult Summit. This year, the theme is physically distant, socially together. And with 35 burn survivors and nearly 20 volunteers and counselors, we are going to be so socially together. To help aid in that, any day now, you should be receiving your very own Camp in a Box. Now, what is in this Camp in a Box, you ask? Well, why don't I show you? You will be receiving your very own YAS hoodie to remind you of those cold Cambria mornings. Next, you're going to want to look out for your important papers. In this baggie, you're going to find your Young Adult Summit Zoom information, as well as hashtags on how to share those pictures you're taking from opening the box all the way through your recorded sections, doing your recorded sections, and even in the live sections. We cannot wait to see all those photos shared on social media. Next, we've got your schedule. This has all your live events from Friday's opening ceremony to Sunday's closing ceremony. On here, you've also got your Zoom info and those hashtags, just so you don't forget. Next, from our friends at the BC Professional Firefighters Burn Fund, we've got 5 minutes of calm to help us all remember to breathe. And then finally, we've got Monkey's Minutes, because who wouldn't want some of that wisdom so we could all be a little bit more like Monkey? Here it is, contained in Monkey's Minutes. Next, we've got our pre-recorded teaching sections. These are 5 to 15 minute sections that our counselors have pre-recorded for you that every day we will send you in an email. Along with that, you can also find those on our website. First, we've got our COVID baggie. This baggie has a placard about kind of COVID safety, especially for young people. It's got a mask, and it's got your very own custom Young Adult Summit hand sanitizer, and with the AARBF logo. Next, we've got our home and auto baggie. This baggie has informational cards about each of those. It also has a flashlight as well as a keychain. Next, for those Zoom job interviews, college interviews, whatever it is you may need to be on, we've got a Zoom baggie, and in this, we've got a ring light for you. And so that could be useful for those interviews, or it could just be useful for Young Adult Summit weekends, looking extra pretty. All right, and then what would Young Adult Summit be without snacks? We've got a bag of snacks for you for throughout the weekends. All right, now for our live sessions. Our live sessions, of course, are going to start with opening ceremonies. And for that, we've got sage and tea that our friend Chief will walk us through. Next, we're going to wake up the next morning early, 10 a.m. And to help wake you up and get you all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, we've got some coffee and tea for you. Then later that day, we're going to be doing a self-care section. So included in this, we've got some essential oils. This is lavender and mint, one to kind of wake you up and one when you need to be calmed down. Then we've got biodots. We're going to learn a little bit more about biodots during the weekend, but there's also an informational card in here. Next, we've got a gratitude journal. And then, to share some of that gratitude, we've got thank you cards. Later that day, we're gonna be having dinner with Buggy. We're gonna be cooking together too. So we've got 2 bags for cooking, one for dinner, one for dessert. We'll start with our dinner bag. In here we've got a ramen cheat sheet. We've got our top ramen. We've got our diced tomatoes. We've got our tomato paste. And we've got our spices to kick it up a notch. Then in our dessert bag, what you're gonna find is a container to cook it, 2 baggies, one for the topping and one for kind of the crust, and then 2 apples, one green, one red. Next, later that night, it wouldn't be Young Adult Summit without s'mores. So we've got a s'mores baggie in there for you with all you need to make a s'mores, as well as a recipe of how to do it in a microwave. And then the next morning, we will be waking up with Buck and doing the banner. I am so excited to see all the creativity that you guys come up with in each of your individual banners. And then we'll go back to the stage for the closing ceremony. I am so excited for this year's virtual Young Adult Summit. And while I am so sad we can't be together in person, I am so glad that you're all joining. I'm so excited for all the social time we'll have together, both before and after every single section. So can't wait to see you, can't wait to see your photos, and can't wait to be together.